Hi, my name is Andrew Romans, and this is Project 5 of Grid World and Artificial Intelligence. To start off, I'm going to show what I have in my finished project. You see the characters moving, and there's different shades of red. I have it so I can personally see the grid pieces adjusting it based off its weight. The further it is to red, the closer the weight is to 1, and the more negative the uh, square is, the more blue it will get. Um, so to make the character go faster, all I have to do is press up on the arrow key, the up arrow key, and you'll notice that the character significantly speeds up the more that I press the arrow key. Um, I have it keeping track of the many times that it's found the gold, and then every 10 times it finds the gold, it will count the amount of steps and find the average time it found the gold within those 10 different generations of the character. Some of the problems that I've went through while programming SARSA-Lambda is that there would be times that it will update parts of the grid that it actually never entered. So you can see here that this is red, and this is blue, and this is red, and this is blue, and this is blue. However, it's never actually been in that square because there's no arrow. Um, I don't quite know why that's happening. Definitely something that I want to figure out um, with time of trying to improve this project. I did a 22 by 22 grid, so you can see here that this is not 22 by 22, but I made it 20 by 20, and then just the boundaries are around it. So I didn't make the boundaries appear, or didn't draw them. And then for the walls, they show up just as holes in the grid, and they don't show up either. Um, so to get to the code, this is just the game one area where I prepare the grid, I set the boundaries, I set the walls, and then I drop the gold um, within the already made grid. I have two classes for the E table and the Q table. The E table is assigned to each grid piece, and then as in the logic or the source code, it has up, left, down, and right, and it is filled with those values and decays for each move that the character makes. And then I have a Q table, which has a lot of the logic or the equations that we are given. So it holds the values for gamma, alpha, and lambda. I have a function for the QS of a function to find the QS prime and A prime. I have a function to find the delta. I have a function that will update every QS of A within the grid. And then I have a function that will update the E table as well. And then the function that will choose whether or not the character is going to explore or exploit. The character has just simple updating the position to make a move, and then determining whether or not the character has made a move that was illegal, which will then restart the character. In grid piece, this holds an E table, a color for its weight that is updated here. Um, it calculates a very randomized small number towards the beginning when the grid is made, and then just draws the appropriate uh, textures as needed. And then in the grid world class, this holds all the variables as like epsilon, which decreases 0.005 every time it dies or finds the gold. Um, its random cap is 0.1, so anything below 0.9 will be random, anything above 0.9 will exploit, and then as it decreases, it will have a 10% of random over time. This is keeping the average steps it took to find the gold in 10 generations. Um, let's see here, and then an update when it moves, when it calls move character, and then move character, it first checks to see the QSA direction. So I'll check up, down, left, and right, and then it will determine whether or not it's going to explore or exploit. When it's chosen its direction, it will then find the delta of that direction. It will then find and give E to that direction in the E table. So if it was to move up, it would give up that 1.0. Then we'll update the queue for moving, and then it will update any older actions on the E table if there are any, and then it will give the reward to the character itself. And that's about it. And this is the outcome that I have right here. And other than the problems that I actually went through, I did enjoy, and it does seem to work pretty well, but not as well as I would like it to. So I definitely like to improve on the project in my free time. I did enjoy writing this though, and it is really cool to watch the character eventually find the goal more and more over time. Sometimes I'll just sit here and watch it work. But yeah, so that's Project 5 Grid World. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did writing it. Um, and that's all. Hope you have a Merry Christmas.